Hey, good day, diecast fans, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to share with you a couple things. I've made some noteworthy improvements to the display and also therefore the collection as well. And I'm going to share that with you, okay? So one of the first ones I'm going to show you is right here. I bought this 80 car grid layout display. It's made of real wood. Only cost me 20 bucks, by the way, which is a good deal. And what this allowed me to do was to free up display cases that I had in the garage. So now a lot of these cars you're seeing in this grid here, they were actually in the garage, and now they're here to be displayed inside the house where they should be, okay? And now there's only just a small handful of cars out there, which are basically, I call them the defects, because that's unfortunately what they have. They have a lot of like major defects. So all these are the really good ones. They're all out here in the house where they should be. And I'm just going to show you a couple things. And the other thing I want to show you is I have the second layer, the second tier of the display has now reached a level of completion that I'm going to give you a more in-depth look at that. So let's kind of zoom in here. I'll show you some of these cars. Some of these are ones you haven't seen yet. And these are all going to be featured in videos one way or another. But a lot of these, like I said, were out in the garage. And now they're in here where they belong. You might recognize a couple of them because I have done videos on them, but many more we're going to show off. And just to let you know, my wife really digs the his and hers Ford pickups. She thinks that's really cool. So I got a lot of Green Light, Johnny Lightning, and M2 here, and also Auto World cars. Up there we got a couple of Hot Wheels, Matchbox, and things like that. And just kind of change the signs around, things like that. Now we're going to move down here to this second tier, and we're going to talk about this now because I finally have it in a state of completion. So this down here, let's talk about Faulkner Cadillac for a minute. Now Faulkner was a dealership network, I should say, that was in and around the Philadelphia area in Pennsylvania. They also had Oldsmobile dealers, Pontiac dealers, Chevy dealers. They had pretty much all of them. So what I've done is I am depicting sometime in 1976 here. So every car on this part of the display is 1976 or older. And what we have here is a dealership, an entire Cadillac dealership. And this is all the action that's going on. So we got over here, got the new car showroom. Brand new Cadillac showroom right there. Eldorado convertibles in there with the tops down, and there's one with the top up out in the lot there. This is like the front line right here with more new Cadillacs. And then this over here is what would be called the top tier pre-owned cars. And then right next to the dealership, we have the service department. Got cars being worked on in there and also outside. There is so it might be hard to see, but there's a 1972 Coupe de Ville up on the lift in there. A couple more cars on the side there waiting to go in and get serviced. And then we have the pre-owned section. We got a pace car special in the showroom, along with a Sedan de Ville, both from 1973. And then out front, we have a lot of variations of between 71 to 73 Coupe de Ville and Sedan de Ville. Custom Eldorado right there in the purple. And then in the back, you see some cars parked. I call that employee parking. Yeah, I really did this up. And then over here, we have the Used Vehicle Reconditioning Center. That's where the cars are going to get reconditioned and either wholesale or put on display in the lot. And then this here is the front line of pre-owned vehicles. We got trucks on this side, trucks and vans. Lots of nice choices. And then here in the front is what we call the second tier used cars. Lots of nice selections there. A lot of Torinos, a lot of Chevelles, which would have been very common actually back then to find on pre-owned. And of course we have the traffic moving out on the road. All very common cars and trucks you would have seen back in 1976, tooling along. Use those major kit curbs to make the little sidewalk area kind of more realistic. Added some nice landscaping, some little road signs right there. And so, like I said, this has now reached a state of completion. Now, on this bottom section, this is a mess right now, but I'm just going to show you real quick what's going to happen. I'm going to create what's called a homestead. And the church is going to be on one side of the homestead, and the homestead is going to be over there where the grass mat is. And it's going to be just a nice little house, and there's going to be some horses and a little barn and various cars and trucks associated with that. You can see back there I've already got my hay wagon and my heavy-duty truck that hauls hay. Lots of other nice vehicle selections that are going to be all participating in that. So stay tuned for when that gets completed. I'll have that done within a couple weeks or so. And then, as I said, because I freed up a lot of display cases, I was able to redo this section here. Put all the trucks, instead of having them out and loose, I had them now in the cases. All these cars here in the cases as well. Have a lot of vintage cars being pulled on top of trailers here. Some Super Kings by Matchbox. I got a nice Starsky and Hutch set. I'm going to show you that off as well. Some of these you have seen, some you have not. Haven't featured them in their own video yet, but they will eventually. And then that little gas station I had formerly down on a level, just brought it up here, set up a nice little diorama for that. Tow truck there, cars getting worked on, cars getting gas, all that good stuff. And then these are a couple of the cars I had out in the garage formerly. These two that you see right here, the Corvette and that Cougar Villager wagon, those have been restored by me. Those are not the original colors, and I know you recognize the blue Caprice. You've already seen that in another video. And we're going to talk about this little mini garage someday, and also these two little gas pumps here. Just little play sets that I accumulated from Road Champs. So there you have it. Major changes, major improvements. Just wanted to share it with you all. And as you can see, guys, I got a lot of content. So you just stay tuned to the channel. I'll be happy to show you all this good stuff. So in the meantime, y'all take care, and I'll see you in the next video.